Cut to the Bone, exploring sacrifice and justice in Shadows of Retribution. Explore the intense themes of sacrifice, betrayal, and justice in Cut to the Bone, a gripping episode from Shadows of Retribution. Cut to the Bone, a journey through shadows and sacrifice. Right then, let me tell you about this gripping episode from Shadows of Retribution, called Cut to the Bone. It's one of those stories that just sticks with you. Raw, relentless, and uncomfortably honest about what happens when you're pushed to the absolute limit. It's not just another tale of good versus evil. It's about the razor-thin line where justice bleeds into vengeance and the price paid for both. Imagine a world where loyalty is tested and betrayal isn't always clear-cut. Cut to the Bone explores those gritty realities through characters caught in a maze of sacrifice, secrets, and simmering rage. You get this real sense that every choice they make slices a little deeper, carving away at their humanity. It's the kind of narrative that refuses to sugarcoat the cost, whether physical or emotional. What's especially compelling here is the focus on the limits of duty. When exactly does carrying out a mission tip into crossing a line you can't come back from? The show doesn't shy away from these morally complex questions. You'll find yourself questioning where you'd stand if thrust into those same harrowing decisions, whether it's about loyalty to your comrades, your cause, or even to yourself. The human side of special ops. Now, I should mention, though this episode doesn't center on special forces per se, the aura of high stakes and covert missions certainly hangs heavy over the story. It's like witnessing pieces of a secret war unfolding, where every move is calculated and the cost of failure is brutally high. Despite the stealth and precision characteristic of special ops, the emotional turmoil here is front and center. If you're into action-packed tales but crave something layered with genuine human conflict, Cut to the Bone speaks to that perfectly. It's not all explosions and gunfire. It's about what's left when all the noise fades, the pain, the regrets, and the tough choices. Betrayal and sacrifice, the heart of the story. There's a moment during the episode that really hit me hard, when betrayal isn't just a plot twist, but a gut punch that reverberates throughout the entire narrative. You see, betrayal here isn't simply about being double-crossed. It's about the way it forces characters to reevaluate their sense of trust and justice. It chips away at what they thought was solid ground, exposing vulnerabilities that are often hidden beneath the surface. And sacrifice, well, it's the kind that feels like it cuts to the very bone. Whether it's sacrificing personal morals, relationships, or even lives, the episode paints these moments in stark, almost brutal tones. It's not glorified heroism. It's raw survival, sometimes painful, and ultimately haunting. Why Cut to the Bone resonates? Authenticity. The narrative hits a realistic note, showing that the line between right and wrong is often blurred by circumstance. Emotional depth. It explores not just what characters do, but why they do it, pulling you right inside their heads and hearts. Complex characters. None of them are purely good or evil. They're all caught up in their own shades of grey. High stakes. The very nature of the missions and the personal dramas intertwined with them keep the tension tight and thrilling. It's this combination that makes Cut to the Bone a must-watch for anyone interested in stories about covert ops and the intense pressures faced by those operating in the shadows. For example, you might want to check out works like Covert Ops, which similarly capture the adrenaline and moral complexity of secret wars beyond the battlefield. The fine line between justice and vengeance. One of the most thought-provoking elements is how the episode blurs justice and vengeance so intricately. You root for the characters seeking justice, but can't help but notice their actions sometimes slip into retribution. It's a theme that invites you to think, when is it justified to go beyond the law? At what point does seeking justice become taking matters into your own hands in a less noble way? The show makes it clear that these are perpetual battles, not just between characters, but within them. It doesn't offer easy answers, which is refreshing. Instead, it challenges you to consider your own views on punishment, forgiveness, and sacrifice. Final thoughts. So, if you're after something that's both thrilling and thoughtful, Cut to the Bone in the Shadows of Retribution series should be next on your list. It's gripping without relying on cliches and delivers an emotional impact that lingers long after the credits roll. For those fascinated by the world of special forces and the high stakes of secret missions, this story brings a new perspective, one that focuses on the human cost as much as the tactical brilliance. And if you want to explore more intense action stories with a similar pulse and grit, I highly recommend checking out Covert Ops. They capture that pulse again and again, perfect if you love that blend of strategy, suspense, and the shadowy underbelly of warfare. Join the mission and immerse yourself in stories where every decision matters and the stakes could not be higher. Head over to Covert Ops and get ready for an unforgettable journey into the heart of secret wars.